rice that is mixed with a lot of tomatoes and fish, meat, crayfish. It's food.
Oh, food. How are you going to give me food? I'm like just miles apart from you.
Don't worry, we'll get it to you. We have our ways. We'll get it to you.
Yeah, yeah, maybe in like 3, 4 years or something.
uh, don't worry, we'll get it to you. Maybe sooner than that,
Yeah,
sir. You don't know. So
yeah,
good to have.
maybe.
It's good to have you. I tried reaching out to you on Twitter in my personal account to see how we could have a discussion and probably plan around this. But I guess my
You
men.
have my number. Just contact me. Just message me on WhatsApp.
Okay. I didn't know. No, WhatsApp is very, very personal to people. So I didn't know, okay, if it was the right thing to do or not. So I was like, let me reach out to you on Twitter, my personal account, and then see how far before I get contact you on WhatsApp.
No, just message me.
Awesome, then.
Just yeah,
Uh, thank you so much. Um,
yeah. No worries. Yeah.
mm. So how is Mauritius today? Did I call you right?
Well, COVID-19 cases is really like ravaging right now. Apart from that, like Mauritius is just fine. I think. I
Mm.
don't know. I don't get like contact with the outside world. To be honest, I'm just in my room. I'm like doing my own thing, coding all day. That's my thing.
That's nice. Well, you get to go out like maybe sometimes to visit friends or
Yeah,
have meetups.
yeah. I don't have friends from my country, so
Mm. But
my
this,
friends are like GDSC leads, all miles apart, and time zones are killing me as well.
oh, nice. Mm.
Yeah.
But how is like tech community
Are
around
we?
there?
Yeah, the community. Yeah, it's going fine. I think. Yeah, a lot of people who actually are not like um I don't know how to say that from the university from my university.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to help them um build on like some people want to learn like about things like web development because they don't have an idea about it, and since it's my specialty, I don't know how to say that, but like I'm kind of helping them with that.
Mm. It's fun. No, I feel that's like the role for every GDSC lead, to help others learn. So
Yeah. Yeah, I told them that even if it's not something that I know, I will look for developer who can actually help them because I know how it feels not to have anyone to guide you. I've been through that, and so I want to be able to do something for them.
yeah, that's fun. That's so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So while we wait, we just have like is it 10 or 9 minutes left? So hi Rajat, am I pronouncing your name well? Mm, I don't think you can hear me. Rajat, can you hear me? Okay. So me, I'm really, really interested in having a conversation with you, Fatima. So
Oh
yeah. So if are you busy? Because I like to talk sometimes. So I'll just be asking you
no,
questions.
you can talk to me anytime. I will make time for you. Don't worry.
So what do you like to do for fun, like personally on your own level, aside coding? Because I know code is already as hectic as it is, it's already fun and mixed. So what else do you do for fun aside coding that makes your learning
Uh,
better?
Apart from coding, I
Mhm.
like to do karate. I don't know, mm, martial arts. That's my thing. I
Ah.
go around and I tell people, "Do you want to get hit?"
uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I annoy people in my free time.
Your siblings
That's
around.
for me. I like to game as well. I like gaming. I
Hmm.
don't know if you like gaming, but we could play sometimes together. I
Yeah.
like to play The Division. I don't know if you know The Division 2 from Tom Clancy's.
No, I'm writing it down. The game I like to play most is just Call of Duty. I really enjoy playing Call of Duty.
Oh, you mean the mobile one?
Yeah, Call of Duty Mobile.
Oh, I don't play mobile games.
Oh,
I don't have space on my phone for that.
ah,
I'm on my, I'm on, I am on my PC like the moment I wake up till I go to sleep. I'm just like,
I can understand. I really can understand how that is. For me, I can't. I don't
yeah,
have that privilege because I have to move around. Go to the office, do this, do that
uh,
before I
yeah.
settle down on my
I'm
PC.
actually very, very lucky because I have lectures online.
Ah,
This is how it is for us. Even if there was no COVID-19, our lectures would still be online. And I work remote as well, so I don't have to actually go anywhere.
that was nice. That's really really nice. I wish my lectures could be online. I would really really love it. Oh, uh,
I just, yeah, I love that.
I don't know how
And yeah,
I don't know how Nigeria interprets, coronavirus because coronavirus is in Nigeria, but then we still go around, we see move around, we see have activities.
yeah, I don't see you guys wearing a mask neither.
uh, but I feel there's corona out there, but me personally, I've not had that experience. I'm happy though.
Yeah, with COVID, you mean?
Yeah, I've not had experience with COVID, or I've not witnessed somebody who has had experience with COVID. Well, I'm sure, and I
Yeah,
know that it's out there.
yeah. Actually, I have had like my family who had have COVID. I was not exposed to it, and yeah, it hurts a lot to when you get COVID-19. It's actually very painful. They've been ill for like weeks on, and yeah, and you can't actually meet them neither.
Oh my God,
I
sorry.
mean, I don't meet anyone anyway, so that it doesn't matter.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Orange Josephine. Orange Josephine. So, Orange Josephine. I don't think the guest is here now.
Mm.
Fatima, I think I've met you in another space before now. I'm thinking about it now. I think we have met on a space where they were talking about AI. It was with, um, I can't remember her name, but it was with the host, the host who led the first GDSC onboarding session with everybody. Was IoT? I think it was IoT. Let me go and look for her name.
I don't know. I've entered too many sessions. Actually, I don't keep track.
Exactly. Because I can remember your name from one of those sessions where it was Fatima, and I can remember just now. I'm looking at the name again.
What year?
Exactly. Uh,
Tell me what year it was. Maybe it was not me because
mhm.
there was a previous lead. Her name is Fatima as well. So
Oh,
my my mentor's name is Fatima.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, call me Zahra if you want. Fatima, like everybody's like people mix us like together. At some point, I don't even know who's talking about like which Fatima.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe it was me, maybe it was not. I've attended many sessions to be honest on
yeah.
AI. Yeah, I actually like AI, machine learning stuff, and yeah, I'm going crazy with it because trying to learn machine learning on your own is very difficult.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's fun. I'm personally
If you,
a UI UX
yeah.
designer, so I do interface and
Oh,
experience design and UX research. That's like
oh,
my forte. But I like to, code, so I'm
yeah,
learning Flutter on the side so I can build and then have an edge in the market, for application for
yeah,
jobs and all of that.
yeah, yeah.
My
I,
forte is UI UX.
yeah. I'm actually a very bad designer.
Don't worry, if you need designs to build your project, just reach out to me. I will work together.
I'm going to reach out to you actually. I need to build my portfolio. Maybe you could check on my design sometimes.
There is no
I don't
problem.
even know where to start. I was going to keep it simple, just put my name there and
Mm-hmm.
my projects I work on, like black and white.
Yeah. Let me try and get my LinkedIn so I could,
Yeah.
because I don't have your contact right now.
Yeah, I'm going to send you right away.
Okay.
No, wait, let me send you. Do I send it here?
If you want other people to reach out to you, there's no problem. You can give me your LinkedIn so I can reach out to you on LinkedIn and then I get your number.
Yeah, I'm going to send you everything. Don't worry.
Okay. Nice. Hi everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really excited to see the numbers that we're growing here. Welcome to TDSC Oduduwa University, Ife, Nigeria. We still have a little time before we start. Yeah. So why don't we just go around and have a discussion? You can introduce yourself, let us know who you are, where you're calling from, and any little detail. If you want to share contacts, you're free to share contacts. Anyone wants to take a shot? Anyone? Esther, hi Esther. I'm just going to shoot my shot at you right now. Hi Esther, good day. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm guessing you're calling from Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, your accent just sold you out. Nice. Where are you calling from in Nigeria?
I'm calling from Ocean State.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. Wow. Yes, that's the OUI.
OAU.
Oh. You guys are on season 3 right now, so uh,
Yeah.
Pele.
Thank you.
So I'm trying to get other people in. Yeah. So Ronald, I can't pronounce the name before that, so that's why I'm calling Ronald. Hi, Ronald. If nobody answers, I'll just go around and then I'll come back
Hi,
to
hi.
everybody. Yes, hi, Ronald. How you doing?
Hi, I'm calling from Kenya.
Whoa, nice. That's super nice.
Hi. I'm good, and you?
I'm me. I'm cool. I'm always cool. So, Drones, the cool guy.
Hi, I'm Ronald. I'm calling from Kenya.
So, what's your stack? Like, what do you like? What's your, I don't know. Do you code only Flutter or do you do, other things? Ronald. Hi. Okay. So our guest is not here yet, but she'll be here soon. Oh, she's here. Oh, hi, Josephine. How you doing? Good day. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Hi, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing awesome. It's good to have you here, Josephine. We've seated at the table and we waited your arrival.
Ah, nice. You
What?
can continue with the introductions. They seem interesting.
Cool. So while we're here, we just give 5 minutes so anybody anywhere or 10 minutes can join in and don't miss out on this awesome session. I'm really happy, for this session. For me, this is really, really nice. Like I love having sessions like this. I love the fact that we have to talk about tech and listen and take notes. Yeah, so that's interesting to me. So it's good to have you, Josephine. And going around, I'll just be going around. We know who Esther is. Esther is calling from Nigeria, Ocean State. Ronald is from Kenya. Halfo, I don't know who Halfo is. If I'm pronouncing the name well, please let me know. Okay, there's no reply. So Moshud, hi Moshud, good day. Where are you calling from? What do you do? What's your stack? Hi Moshud. Okay, so Rajat, are you there? Can you hear?
Sometimes people are shy to talk. Don't worry too much about it.
I don't know why. Me, I like to talk, especially on live sessions like this. It really interests me. It just gives me some kind of joy that I'm happy about. Yes, hi Simpson. Simpson, Alex, welcome. Awesome, awesome. Hi Samuel, welcome, welcome. So before we get started, right? Josephine, oh my God, Josephine is so beautiful. I like seeing beautiful depths. Like, oh my God. Oh, ah, so just I don't know, give us like brief intro about yourself before we just get started into proper introduction, like your country, your stack, your school.
All right, no problem. So yeah, my name is Maureen Josephine. I'm from Kenya. I'm based in Nairobi currently. Yeah, I'm a
Awesome.
software engineer by profession. Focuses on more of both mobile and backend development. So for backend, I use Java as my stack. Then for mobile, I use Flutter.
Yeah, awesome.
It's a pleasure being here. I also love communities, the way you said you love communities, because you might think that you know something, but someone else knows it better. So, yeah, communities are always good that way.
Yeah, I will get to learn. Like that's the best part of it. The fact that I get to learn. Like now I know Fatima is going to teach me all I know about AI very, very soon. So
I'm actually going crazy with it. So if you want to go crazy with me, I don't mind.
yeah, there's no
Ah,
problem.
Two
you do,
people going crazy at the same time.
Yeah.
do you do AI, Fatma?
Tell me.
You do AI, the way he mentioned.
Uh, well, I'm actually learning about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, to be honest, it's very overwhelming when you get started and there's nobody to guide you. But I did get from the exchange with Google Developer Expert.
Mm-hmm.
I met with a mentor and she was just great. She guided me through. So yeah, I was actually very not motivated at some point, but when I met her, I got motivated again because I thought that I could actually do it. So yeah, now I'm back at it. So probably I would be able to help you if ever you need help.
Nice. I now found my mentor, my AI mentor now. Yeah, because I would really love to maybe explore AI and Flutter, how that really works.
Yeah, I could introduce you guys to that mentor if you're interested in learning because I'm not that great.
There's
Somebody
no
else could
problem.
help you more than me.
There's no problem. There's no problem, Fatima. I think that's why we're all here, to all learn from. I,
Yeah.
I go crazy with design, so it's the same thing. I'll be excited. I go crazy with design, the way you go crazy with AI. I really want to know more of how design and AI could collaborate better. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun, really, really fun to be here. So I think it's already 4:07 and we can get started. We have people from all over the world waiting for us, so I think let's get started. I'll just go around the room again. So welcome everybody. Welcome to GDSC OUI. This is the Flutter Jam. So I myself I am David Ego, also known as Drones on the internet, right? And I do UI UX and user experience, product design, research. I'm learning Flutter on the side, so I could bring my ideas to life. And I'm the assistant lead of GDSC for this year. And I'm leading the Flutter Jam together with my colleague. His name is Kenneth Noble. He's also here. He's very, very quiet, but he's going to be leading other sessions as we move forward. Yeah. So also the community lead of GDSC, his name is Ayo. He's also here also. And then the former lead, Peterson, is also here. Awesome people, really, really awesome. And today's session, we are basically going to be talking about Josephine, or rather, Josephine is going to be talking about herself, and she's going to be encouraging us on how to get better. So it was really difficult getting to fix a time with Josephine because she's a very busy woman, really, really busy. So, I'll just allow her take the show and do awesome stuff. I really love to see beautiful devs speak, especially women devs. Oh my god, I have a team for women who code. Josephine is just so, oh, well, Josephine, please, I'm already talking too much, right? I want you to take your shine, take the stage, and, let's get, started. Let's keep the time. Thank you so much, Josephine.
Oh, sorry, you were speaking while on mute. So thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, and thank you for organizing this. Yeah, it was a bit of hectic trying to fix it in, but finally we did. So that's a plus for both of us. I feel honored to be here, and I really want to know what you guys think about Flutter and share with you what I know about Flutter and all the getting started with Flutter, share with you my journey on how I started with Flutter and to where I am right now. So yeah, that's what we are going to do today, and I'm going to share like a few slides that I have. Let me just a minute. Let me just see where. Is the session being recorded?
Oh yes, it's being recorded.
All right. Okay, cool. You'll just let me know. Just a minute. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah, as you share your screen, quick notice, guys. If you notice Josephine's finger, she has the Flutter colors on her fingers, as well as she has the Flutter bed at the back there, the background. Yeah.
Oh, so my fingers match the Flutter Flutter logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention about that.
Yeah,
The
you guys
thing.
are really.
How do you call that actually? Like, the blue thing? I forgot its name. Behind
The
you.
dash.
Yeah, dash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called dash. I
Yeah.
just put it there as a decoration. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Cool. So as I start, maybe let me hear from you guys. Have you interacted with Flutter before? Or let me say, is there anyone who has interacted with Flutter before or anyone who has not interacted with Flutter before? I don't know how.
I've not started with Flutter before.
Okay. I can't see who is speaking. Oh yeah.
Okay, it was Esther. It was Esther.
Oh, Esther. Okay, cool. Oh, Esther, what's your second name? It's kind of difficult to pronounce.
Oh, that's my last name, Mushibolato.
Ba? Mos?
I said that's my last name, my surname,
Oh.
Mushibolato.
It's kind of difficult to pronounce. I think when I pronounce it, I'll pronounce it wrong. Yeah. So, anyone else who has done Flutter before or who has not done Flutter at all?
No. Complete beginner.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great to know.
Me too, complete beginner. Although I started some couple of courses, I was able to set up the environment, and yeah, so that's where I've been.
Cool. That's great to know. So, yeah. So today I'm going to take you through how to get started. Okay, the getting started with Flutter, including my journey, especially how I ended up doing Flutter and where I am right now. So as you can see, my name is MAUREEN Josephine. I'm a software engineer, and that's my Twitter handle at j_akelo. So this picture shows like what Flutter really does. So it kind of helps you create faster apps. But before then, it would be nice to maybe question like why Flutter, why should we do Flutter, and things like that. So this is, oh sorry, why Flutter and things like that. And okay, don't worry about the background. I'm using the Women Tech Makers slides. So yeah, it has that watermark. So this is me, but not me right now, as you can see. So this was back then last year. This is at Kisumu, a place called Kisumu in Kenya, the lakeside region. So Kisumu has that lake called Lake Victoria. So I went on a boat ride on this date, and I felt like, oh, why can't I take a picture here? So this is the picture, but not me today. So about me, so who is really Maureen? So I am a tech communities lover. I organize meetups around revolving around holding meetups the way you do it like right now. So one challenge I had was how to pronounce this meetup. Is it Odudua? Maybe someone can tell me the right way to pronounce it. Is it GDG or Odudua?
It's Oduduwa University. It's a Yoruba name, but you can just call it OUI for short. Or
So
OUI.
the D is called is pronounced as G.
No, it's Oduduwa.
Trying to pronounce it. So it is because community we hold monthly meetups just revolving around Flutter. We invite speakers to come give us talks, either something they learned new about Flutter or any integration they learned that they would love to share. So yeah, because communities built me, and I really appreciate your presence here because it's a two-way thing. You learn something from someone and they also get something from you. I'm also a Women Tech Makers ambassador. So the Women Tech Makers ambassador is the program by the Google Women Tech Makers, whereby you as a Women Tech Maker ambassador, you just share with other women things to do with technology to help them thrive in whatever they're doing. So it's just a community of women who come together to share knowledge. We learn from each other, and we also hold meetups just for knowledge sharing purposes and giving talks and things like that. Aside from that, I'm a Flutter enthusiast. So this is where I'm going to tell you where my Flutter journey started. So I was just from my campus, immediately after campus. So I was looking for internship opportunities. Then I got this company. It's a startup in Kisumu. So I was looking for any internship opportunity because I was just at the campus. No, I just completed my campus studies and I was looking for something to do. I didn't have a specific stack. I wouldn't term myself, by then I wouldn't have termed myself as a Flutter developer or a Java developer. I was just looking for any opportunity, any internship opportunity, be it networking and anything. So I found this company that it's a startup, and it was it was just picking up that year, and what it does is just more of coding and and things like that. And I was like, from campus, I didn't love coding that much. So I was that kind of person who could go to class, take notes, then after class I don't do anything else. So I just shut down the computer and do other things, because I used to tell myself that I'll be a network engineer after all, so no much coding. So when I got to this farm, they were doing building applications using Elixir. Elixir is also a programming language. And when they asked me, they told me that that's what they do now. They asked me, what was your final year project? And my final year project was an Android application that I built in Java. So, and the person was like, would you be more interested in doing this with Flutter? And I was like, what's Flutter? I don't know Flutter. I haven't tried Flutter before. So how am I going to navigate along with that? And he said, don't worry, I'm going to teach you. And so the funny bit of it is that he taught me Flutter with zero Flutter knowledge, because his background was not Flutter. He was a backend engineer. The person was training me for the internship. So what we did was just going through the Flutter documentations and giving me resources on how to get started. And when I built the first app with Flutter, like I built it with the guidance of him, and I was like, in my final year project, I built the final year project with Android, and for Android, I used Java for like Java as the main language for the Android application. And when I tried it in Flutter, I was like, oh, Flutter is really easy, because I built the same app that I built in the Android Java. So in Flutter, you just build it once, because there's no that separation of declarative layout and things like that. So the difference I got from my previous experience building apps with Android motivated me more to learn Flutter, because on that other side, you write the declarative layout separate from the logic. So you write them on XML, and the logic you write them on Java. So I was like, if I can do this in Flutter, why can't I just continue doing this in Flutter? And that's how I abandoned Android development. Yeah, so that's about the Flutter enthusiast that I am. I'm a software engineer by profession. So currently I work as a software engineer, whereby I use Java for my backend stack and Flutter for the mobile applications. So that's precisely about me. So today's agenda, this is what we are going to handle. Um, Going to briefly learn about what's Flutter, and if you're trying to get started into Flutter, what development platforms you need to get you started, and why Flutter. Before starting Flutter, you should ask yourself that question: why should I use Flutter? What's the benefit of using Flutter? Then I'm going to show you a gallery of apps that have been made with Flutter. Mostly this is posted on the showcase of Flutter applications, and then the resources on how to get started with Flutter that can help anyone who is interested to get started with Flutter, and the sample Flutter application demo that I have that is going to guide you through everything. And I'm also going to share with you some bits on how I progressed from this development journey up to now becoming a Flutter GDE. So yeah, that's also included somewhere within here, but not listed there. So why Flutter? So let me ask this question to you. Who has I believe all of us are developers, right? If not all, but some of us are developers.
Yeah, I believe a large majority is of people are developers, especially
Ah,
Fatima.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So my question is, if someone who doesn't know coding asks you, what are you developing? What will you tell them? Let me say your grandmother or your mother.
Uh,
Let's start with you. How will you tell them? You said you're more interested in design. So how will you explain to your grandmother that what you're doing is supposed to do this and this precisely?
Okay, for me, how I do it is I use the most relatable experience to them, and then I let them know that
Mm-hmm.
okay, you see this television remote. How do you reduce the volume? And they'll be like, you press the volume button down. I'm like, exactly. So that's exactly what I do on my laptop. I design, I draft out like just a small sketch of how your remote will look like. That when you press here and here, you know this will come down, this will go up. And that's what I do for people who use applications and all of that.
Ah, cool. That's great to know. So that's a really nice insight on that. Oh, sorry.
So Peterson here
Oh, yeah, I
in
see.
the search in the comment section is saying, I make people's life easier with software.
Yeah, that's great to know, Peter. Hey, these names are so difficult
He
to
was
like
a former GDSC
pronounce.
lead before Ayo and I.
Yeah. So how does he pronounce his last name? Oknia
Oh,
or what?
let me see. I'll probably say Peterson Oakina. It's it might be hard for you, but Peterson is just fine.
Ah, okay, cool. Got it. Yeah, so you make people lives easy with software. Yeah, so that's great to know. Um, so just an inquiry. Have you already started recording the session?
Oh yes, I've started recording session.
Ah, cool. That's great to know. So thank you all for those insights. So how I can answer this is that from my experience, my mother used to see me in my laptop. Sorry. Yeah. So my mother used to see me. Maybe you can just mute Peter. Cool, thank you. Yeah. So my mother used to see me in my laptop when I started developing Flutter apps, and she was like, "What are you really doing?" So I had to explain to her like a 5-year-old, like, you see, you have a smartphone, and you are able to access the WhatsApp. That's a common app that most people have. You're able to access WhatsApp. So you see those layouts that you have in WhatsApp, you can see a column of people listed and things like that. So I had to explain to her that what I do is basically just making apps that look like the way WhatsApp look, but depending on other requirements, so that you can see them being displayed. So yeah, so here is how now Flutter comes in. So Flutter is a cross-platform mobile SDK that runs on both the Android and iOS devices. So as I mentioned, as if you can see this diagram, so for a Flutter developer, you write the code once and deploy it in different environments like the iOS and the Android bit. And for on the other side, when you do explicitly native apps like Android or iOS apps, so you you write the code separate, like the Java code, you write it separate. And for Swift, let me say the iOS applications, you write the code using Swift or Objective-C. So that's the difference. So Flutter, you write everything once instead of writing a separate Android code or a separate iOS code. So that's the difference. And now, what really is Flutter? So Flutter is a cross-platform open source mobile SDK, as I've mentioned. It was first unveiled in 2015, though on my side, the first time I interacted with Flutter was around 2018, towards the end of 2018. And the first version of Flutter was called Sky, and it ran on Android OS only. And as I've mentioned, so the language that's used to write Flutter applications is called Dart. So that is an programming language. So if you're coming from the Java side or JavaScript side, you'll be and you've interacted with that code and you want to switch to Flutter, you can easily get along with it this because the code that's written that is an object-oriented programming, and it's so easy to translate what you learned in Java or JavaScript when you're now writing that. So if now you've decided that you wanted to do Flutter, and because you write code once and deploy it in different platforms, so which development platforms do you need for this? So one thing that you need for Flutter is the Flutter SDK. So this is usually listed in the official Flutter documentation. You'll get it there. So what you need is the Flutter SDK and the IDE. So in this case, you can either use Android Studio, Xcode, or VS Code. I'm not sure what platforms people from design use. Do you use a separate development platform for design?
Sorry, I didn't get you. You said
Yeah. So I was saying that I'm kind of more interested on development platform that designers use to design. Do you have like a separate development platform?
no. We use Figma, Adobe X, the Keynote.
Figma.
Yeah, a whole lot. Like this sketch, there's a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, I personally, right, I'm a Figma fanatic, so I use Figma for most of my activities. Yeah, and Google Slides help. And also, doing some tricks here and there,
Cool.
yeah, as well as
Cool.
Keynote.
So that's great. That's great to know the development platforms used in design. So personally, I'm not good in designing, and most of my apps, let me say, just look the way they look like they want to look like, because they were not design oriented. But that's something maybe I'll try to focus on, because design is okay. The UI design is not my thing per se, because I usually feel like I take so much time trying to make buttons align, colors match, yeah, and things like that. So yeah, that's great to know.
I understand. Don't
So
worry. I'm here for you, so you can reach out to me.
cool. I'll reach out to you for design advice. So why should you really do Flutter, or why should you really use Flutter? So this is a chart of when you look back of how Flutter has progressed. This is a statistic by it's called statistica.com. So it shows like the working hours of developers who have used different development languages over time. So this is a comparison between Flutter, React Native, Cordova, and the rest. So when you see the blue one is 2019. So in 2019, we had the usage of Flutter. So let's just look on the first bar. This usage of Flutter was at 30%. So that shows it was still trying to catch up. Yeah, it was still trying to catch up. It was not there yet, but still growing. And the dark blue one is the Flutter usage in 2020. So you see it rose but to 39%. And in 2021, the gray one now Flutter shoot to 42%, which is almost the same level with React Native right now. And this shows of how, when you compare or how when Flutter started to how it's progressing, it's really growing, and people are really trying to embrace using Flutter because of its advantages. Plus, the Flutter community is really helpful. It's one united community. If you have a problem, you always get reply. If you post on the Flutter Slack channel, Flutter community Slack channel, you'll always get response almost immediately. So why should you do Flutter? So Flutter has these features. Sorry. Flutter has these features. It's based on Dart, as I mentioned, which is the main programming language that's used to write Flutter apps. And that is very simple to understand, and things like that. So when you do it using, when you use it to write Flutter apps, you'll have quicker and simple code writing, in the sense that because you write your code once and deploy it in different environments, so that is going to be a plus, especially for companies that hire different Android developers and iOS developers. And this also adds to the less testing bit, whereby now you have all the code under one place, so the QA doesn't have to test the iOS bit separate from the Android bit, because it's just one code, then you'll test it all at once, and it's smooth performance. Also, another features Flutter has is the open source bit, which allows community contribution, and many people are really contributing to this because on a day-to-day basis, the Flutter issues on GitHub keep rising, but contributors are so many, and this is what really helps this. So, what are the benefits of Flutter development, especially for a company perspective, a company that has developers or is looking forward to use incorporate Flutter into its day-to-day. So it's great for MVP. This means that if you have this, maybe a tight deadline on when to push up your idea. So Flutter is a go-to platform that you can use, because you can quickly bootstrap the first app to use. And another thing is the single code for multiple platforms, as I mentioned, because you write one code and deploy it in different platforms. So this is an advantage to a company, because you now instead of hiring two developers, the one for Android and one for iOS, you'll just hire one Flutter developer to do everything. And the faster QA process, because now you have everything under one place, and the engaging designs and the rapid development, because it's really easy to get started with Flutter. So, so the Flutter Gallery, this gallery shows list of Flutter applications, or rather list of applications that have been developed using Flutter, and they are posted there on the uh, Flutter documentation. So this is some of them. So on the gallery, we have the Reply app, the Shrine app, the Rally, which is a personal finance app, and the Crane, which is a travel app. So this gallery has, like, if you're getting started in Flutter, they kind of give you insights on what to do and how to do it in case you want to get started with Flutter, because this is just an inspiration on where you can get started from. So I'll just share with you the link of how it looks like. Yeah, so this is the Flutter gallery. And if you are getting started with Flutter, let's say the Shrine app, you just write a simple username, password, let me see that, then enter. Yeah, so this is the Shrine app. I believe you can see it, right? Yeah, you can see it. So this is the Shrine app that has like an inspiration of how you can use it to develop your idea, maybe a boutique app or a fashion app. So you can see this is totally built with Flutter, and you can see how it looks like. It shows like items which you can add to cart, then purchase them. So if you are building an e-commerce app, the Shrine app is a go-to app to get inspiration from. However, I'm not sure from a UI UX perspective if this design would augur well with your e-commerce app that you have an idea for. So that will totally depend on you and what you want. So the Flutter Gallery app is a go-to. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a go-to inspiration site if you were getting started with Flutter and you want to see how things work. So this is also another one, the financial app. You can log in. So it kind of shows you your savings and your expenses. So if you are building such an app that allows for showcasing of savings and expenditures, then you can use this as an inspiration. So that's briefly how the Flutter Gallery looks like. And there are many applications. And one thing about this, because Flutter is open source, you can be seeing this from different. You can develop your own, like something that you feel it's not here because Flutter is open source, and release it out there. It can be listed here because there's no really limitation on what can be shown here. Yeah, so that can be advantage to you. So let me go back to this. So I'm going to show you a sample code structure of a Flutter app. So this is it. So this is the most basic Flutter app that you can ever get. So this is the structure of writing your code. So you just import the package, that's the material package, and then the void main. That's the main function of the app. Like in any other development, there must be, or there's always a main function of the app. So the void main is the main function of the app, which returns the run app method. And what run app does is just calling the my app class, which is a stateless widget. And this one will show like a material. It's going to return a material app that's going to display this welcome to Flutter thing. So I'll show you this as well, like in an actual application. So let me just stop sharing this so that I can share the code in a bit. Sorry, I'm going to show you one of my apps, which is my portfolio. So I'm just opening it. Wait, I can't see it. Okay, so let me just do this. Are you able to see my code screen?
You're looking for your link, right?
Oh yeah, I was asking, are you able to see
No,
my code? Oh
no, right now.
oh, then I'll have. Oh, okay, cool. Then I'll have to share my whole desktop so that you can see everything at once.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So which screen are you seeing right? Oh yeah, I see. This is the one. Cool. So let me just move back and.
Yeah, now we can see your screen.
Okay, yeah. So let me just navigate to my portfolio, then show you a glimpse of how it looks. It's going to take a little bit of time to build. So if you're new to Flutter, don't worry about this. Let me go. And change this to this emulator so that you can be able to see how a Flutter app looks like. Oh, this one I was trying things. Let me just comment it because I'm not going to use it. So how to run a Flutter app is just running with the command. Let me show you. So if you want to run a Flutter app, you just run it. You can either run it with a this play button, or just from the terminal, you just write Flutter run. This is going to build the application. So it's still building, and we'll see how that works. So as it is still building, do we have any questions so far, either about Flutter or about anything?
So I guess Fatima would have, or she has a question here already, and concerning Flutter SDK to that. I don't know, Fatima, can you clarify your comment?
Yeah, I actually, when you say that we could use Flutter SDK, like, or can we, how do we do that? Are we going to code with Dot using Flutter SDK?
So when I say, okay, it looks like this screen is being rendered weirdly. So I have to share one screen at a time, right?
Yes.
Are you seeing multiple screens?
Oh yeah, we're seeing
Oh, yeah.
mirrors.
Oh, yeah, I see it. So I'll have to share one screen at a time. Stop sharing. Yeah, so your question on using Flutter SDK. So Flutter SDK is, let me say, it's more of a software development toolkit that's used to help you build your Flutter application. So it's just an SDK like any other, like the Android SDK. Yeah. So what Flutter does is just help you in developing your mobile application. You don't have to develop anything on the SDK. So what you do is just use the SDK. You don't have to develop anything on it. The same way you can use the Android SDK to develop Android applications. So that's exactly the same thing on Flutter. So you use the Flutter SDK, and it's more of a framework, like a framework. By framework, I mean is we use Flutter. It helps you to run your UIs and things like that. But the major language behind writing Flutter application is the Dart programming language, which is used to write Flutter applications. So you use Flutter SDK and Dart as the main programming language that you use to develop. And to use it, you just add it. I'm just going to show you how to add it. Let me share my screen once more. So I'll have to share a specific screen at a time because sharing them all once results into mirrors. So let me share a window here. Yes. So the setup of Flutter, if you are getting started with Flutter for the first time, or rather like trying to set up the environment, what you just come to do is, if you have VS Code, because I'm using VS Code as my major, let me say my major IDE, but you can use Android Studio or any other thing. So what you come to the extension side. Now, where is it? Wait, I can't see extension. Yes, extensions. So from extensions is where now you install the Flutter SDK. Yeah, Flutter. So for mine is already installed, so that's why I can't install it again. But if you're getting started for the first time, you have to add this Flutter SDK to help you run your Flutter applications. So I'm going to show you my other application that we were running. So I'll have to stop this and share my other screen. it's kind of, I think somehow Google Meet is kind of not showing everything at once.
It's no problem. Like if you have your slide and it has all the links, right? We'll always ask for your slide at the end. So I have fun with it.
So right now, which screen can you see?
We can see your portfolio sites on the Flutter demo website.
Okay, cool. And is it still mirroring the presentation, or it's just showing once?
No, it's just showing your VS Code and your Flutter portfolio sites in the mirror, like in the screen on the phone.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah. So this is my portfolio written in Flutter, and as I mentioned, I'm not an UX designer expert, so I was just trying to play around with this, and this was developed when I was getting started with Flutter. So I was trying to make things, like putting things, then playing around with things, and as you can see, this is what I have, and it's totally developed with Flutter. I haven't updated it since, but this is just an outlook of how it looks and how you can use Flutter to develop your applications. Wait, my blog isn't showing. Then this one is for my volunteer activities. Then on this side now you can email me here. When you press this Hola Me button, it navigates to my email address, email contact, then about me and things I love and rest of the things. So this is just precisely about me and the things I do, and I thought it's nice to experiment this with Flutter, though I haven't updated my UI because I feel it kind of looks so weird because I'm not a UX expert, unless I get feedback from you,
No,
the expert designer that you have.
no, like you did really well. Like I like the consistency in your icons and like your alignment is really nice. The fact that you laid out everything properly for someone to read through and everything's organized and there's enough, like the margin is consistent. So like you really did your work. For someone that is not a UX, person, like you did good work.
Cool. So yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I was just trying to get to that. So if you want to get started with Flutter, these are some of the resources that you can use. The Flutter docs. When you navigate to this, to this URL or of flutter.io, the main Flutter documentation. Actually, I really like their documentation. If you are a newbie and you want to try out Flutter, it's simply very simple to understand, and they have like many examples on which ones you can follow and things like that. Then the that to a language. So this is just gives you a tour of how to use that, because that is the programming language used to write Flutter apps. And my advice is, if you're getting started with Flutter, it's nice to first start with reading the Dutch language first. It's good to get an idea of how the language works before trying to start writing your Flutter application. So the process is start with that programming language first. Then after you've understood how everything works out, then now jump into the Flutter documentation. Then there are several Google Code Lab tells you step-by-step procedures on how to do things, which is very helpful. I'm actually a beneficiary of those. When I started out with Flutter, I used to the approach I used was reading the Dutch to a language, getting familiar with the Dutch programming language first. Then from there is when I went to the Flutter documentations, got some insights on how to develop your first Flutter application. Then from there is when I jumped now to the Google Code Lab, which literally shows you how to develop apps from different perspectives. So I highly recommend those code labs. Then there are courses like Udacity, Udemy, App Brewery that can help you develop or rather kickstart your Flutter journey. So personally, I've done courses from all of these 3 platforms, and they are pretty much good. If you want to get started with Flutter, reading about that and understanding everything, now it's good to jump into the courses now. Try to build something, come up with something. The way I came up with my portfolio, that so just come up with a simple idea, application idea that you want, and yeah, you can get along really fast. Then the fragmented cast is a site also that can help you build up your Flutter knowledge, and the Flutter Weekly. So the Flutter Weekly is the newsletter which mostly showcases people who have written Flutter blogs and what kind of blogs are they. So if you're really interested in this, you can subscribe to that newsletter to get updates and learn 1 or 2 things. Then also follow the Flutter Dev on Twitter, the official Flutter handle, to get a gist of anything that they have or updates that they have. Then also you can check out the Flutter YouTubers. They really do a good job trying to put up content out there. You can also join the Flutter community Slack channels, and also check out cool updates from the Google I/O 21 that happened this year. So these are some of the resources that can help you get started with Flutter if you are interested in getting started with Flutter. So another thing that was mentioned was about my journey into the GDE program. So mostly GDE program is just like a normal program, especially if you are into the community things. It's just a continuation of what you are doing with the community and continue doing it to the rest of the world. So it's more of like so let me say, if you are a community organizer, the way I was before becoming GDE and the way I am still, so that doesn't change. And another thing about GDE program is that you are not a Google employee. You are not allowed to work with Google to become a GDE. So yeah, there's that distinct. A GDE is not equal to a Google employer. So when you're a GDE, what you do, or rather continue doing, is more of community contribution and writing technical articles, putting up videos, just creating content for people to learn from. And from there, you also gain from other people, learn from other people. So it's just kind of a community of experts, where experts exchange with other experts, and then share their knowledge with the rest of the community. So yeah, just things like that. And as he mentioned, I recently became a GDE, I think around this month, October. So I'm only a few days GDE, and yeah, it's been a pleasure learning from other experts, especially those who have been doing Flutter before. And it's also quite an honor being the first female Flutter GDE in sub-Saharan Africa, and being the first Flutter GDE in Kenya, because there is none yet. So it kind of puts you in the limelight to put your people out there, like connect them to opportunities, like articles, resources, and things like that. So it's not different from what I was doing before, just a continuation of what I was doing, because I was in the community. I'm still in the community, and still will be putting out content out there for people to read. If someone is getting started with Flutter, how can I help them? Things like that. So that's precisely about GDE. Unless we have any questions, I'll be able to pick it up. Oh, and one thing that I didn't mention, I wrote this article on getting started with Flutter around 2019. So it kind of gives you resources on which resources to use and the link to those resources. So I mentioned Google Code Lab. So here so I'll also, sorry. I'll also share this link to this article so that it helps you in your journey if you are interested in getting started with Flutter. So back to you, the presenter. Do we have questions?
Okay, that was awesome. That was really, really awesome. Thank you so much, Josephine. Really, that was awesome. That even was from when you started all the way from being a mentee now to being the first female GD in your country, and that's really, really awesome. It's amazing. Congratulations. I'm really happy when I see things like this. It gets me excited. I don't know if you have questions, you can unmute and ask your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. It's actually, I think it's more of, okay, I highly appreciate the community because everything I learn or put out there is knowledge I got from the community articles, community talks, YouTube videos, and things like that. So if you are interested into the GDE program, that's where you start from, like just community contribution and keeping learning from people and things like that. And someone will notice your efforts, then Agugla will recommend you for that GDE program, where after that now you can now get invited, or rather if you qualify, you write an application. If you qualify, then now you move to the next level till the end. So that's precisely it. Yeah, I see Atma, Fatma saying, are we having a continuation of this session? I'm not really sure, but if there is, then I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right. So, but what we have is we can always call you back, and that I'm really, really certain about that. We can always call you back to have workshops because we have workshops planned for next month, and even December we have in our calendar, that's GDOUI, to run 30 days of Flutter. So we really love you we really love if we get contact to you at that point in time where we need you to run workshop for us one of these weekends, like just like you are doing here, and that would be awesome. Yeah.
Cool. That's great. So I have one question to Fatma.
Okay.
So which clarification were you confirming?
You mean earlier? I don't know. You mean when I said thank you for the clarification?
Yeah, that's
it was about the Flutter SDK when you explained.
cool. Got it. Yes, because I'm just seeing it right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Then is this other one.
Okay, so there's a question of any advice to anyone learning tech in the community, generally, aside Flutter, what's your advice to them? Uh, is it my network? Is it my network? Oh shit. Oh,
So, probably do you have advice for people in the community who are learning tech as well, and what they can hold when they are learning, and what they should also tips you like to share with them?
Tips I can tell to who exactly?
To everyone in the community who's learning Flutter or other Google technologies.
Oh yeah, so if you're in the community and you are interested in learning Flutter or any other technology, then I would advise you to continue doing that, because at times it comes with reward, especially being on the spotlight. If you write down, maybe you have an interview and you say you hold these community events, so it kind of puts you ahead when you compare with someone who doesn't do that at all. So when you are in a competition, let me say an interview process, and you stand out by saying that you are in the community and you are learning this and this, you teach people to learn, it will put you out there. So if you're in the community and you want to learn any technology, just continue doing that because it comes with great reward. And don't always shy away from sharing knowledge. So if you're interested to share something, maybe something you learned, just simply write a blog. You can write a blog depending on your preference. You can write a technical article about it. You can create a YouTube video just to share your content, because you can never know who will learn from your videos or your articles. So yeah, it's always great because if you continue doing what you're doing, you never know who is watching like what you're doing, and that would be great. That would be a great reward to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. AY, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. My network went out there, so I'm back. Thank you very much, Natasha.
You are using Glow.
ah, I'm using Glue. I'm sorry.
It's understandable, no problem. So yeah, I can see Fatma is saying I want to order lemon.
Can I add something? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Cool, no problem.
Yeah, actually, I came up with an idea. So I actually got very motivated to learn about Flutter because of you right now. I was not actually interested in mobile development or anything like that. So yeah, now I want to learn further, and yeah, I was thinking if we could actually if you guys want, maybe work on a project where we could assign tasks to each one of us work on the same project and then build on it, and then at the same time we are learning about Flutter dot whatever, and we are building on the project. So that would be just great learning with each other.
Yeah, I really like that idea because it's going to be you're all going to learn from it, and by that you're also going to build your Flutter skills. For that, if you really want us to do that, I'll suggest there's the Google Mentors program, the exchange Google Developer Exchange program, whereby someone mentors you to do something. Because I have a group of other people who I'm also mentoring. So if you are interested in that, you plus maybe other people in the call who are interested, then you can let me know so that I can tell our Google SSM and community manager to ask if we can add another slot, let me say another group of people in that Google mentorship program, so that we can mentor you, or maybe me plus other mentors can mentor you on how to get started with Flutter, how you can use it to build fully fledged applications. So yeah, you can reach out to me so that we make that happen through the Google mentorship program.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I will. I think our first here will reach out to you. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, Fatima, Zara, I'm your LinkedIn already, just so you know. So you just go and check it out. So
Yeah.
we're moving on. If you don't have any more questions, I just want to ask. This was a personal question based on what you were showing us. So do you use Android Studio for Flutter, or you use Visual Studio, VS Code?
Yeah. So for me, I just use VS Code based on my personal preference. But ideally, you can either use Android Studio or VS Code. So for me, my experience was not that good with Android Studio, but totally depends with you. So when I got started into Flutter, um, I had like I was from campus. I didn't have like a good machine to use, and it was like when you open up Android Studio, everything starts behaving funny.
Mm-hmm.
Everything starts shrinking. I was in such a case that I couldn't open Android Studio and Chrome at the same time because of the type of machine I had. So it was that bad. So that's where I decided to use VS Code to do my development, and yeah, from there I got used to using VS Code because it's kind of a little bit lightweight. It doesn't consume much RAM. Yeah, and that's how I got interested into using VS Code. But using VS Code or Android Studio totally depends on the person.
Okay.
There's no uh, specific maybe guideline or something. There's no specific guideline on which IDE to use. So you can just use what works best for you, depending on your problems or yeah. If you have RAM issues, then yeah, it's up to you to decide.
That's awesome. So thank you very
Yeah.
much. Do anybody have any more questions to ask for our awesome guest? It was really, really an awesome experience. Do we have more questions, or we can share contacts? You know, I know Zara is just so hyped about this thing. She has it stored somewhere.
Yeah, I actually got motivated by our speaker today. I think that's just great. I'm not someone who get motivated easily, so I think you're doing a great job. So
Yeah, I actually did because from my experience, as I told you, when I was in campus, I didn't like coding at all.
yeah,
So I was that person who used to go to class after the lesson, close my things, go to the room, sleep, and do other things. So I started real coding in my fourth year of campus because of the final year project, which I needed to develop. And since I was more passionate on the Android side of things, like let me not specify to Android, but mobile side of things. So that's why I came up with the Android application, but it was a struggle because I was learning as I
Um,
go. I was learning as I go. So the major
Madam,
let me say the major changing point in my career was the internship
I'm almost done.
which
I
I
just
went to.
I'm on a call. I'm almost done. Like,
It was more like a coding boot camp. So that's why I got interested into coding and even started
yeah,
now
just
building
told
the
me. I
Flutter
just
applications.
yeah, that's just great.
Yeah.
I actually I have my own experience as well. I was learning on my own. It was a
just
very difficult
two
process
minutes. I will
because
soon be done.
when
2
you're
minutes.
learning on your own, you don't have anyone here to actually guide you through.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, I think that you're doing a great
It's a
job by
live
being a
video call.
mentor and going around helping students. I think that's just great because not everybody gets that chance or is that lucky to have somebody around them. I'm sorry about that. To actually guide them through. So yeah, that's just great. I appreciate your great work, your hard work.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, great job, everybody. Awesome. And thank you, Fatima, for giving us energy. Yeah. So I don't know. Is there any other thing? We like to take pictures. So if you guys can, if you can open your cameras and let's take a very quick snapshot, that would be really, really awesome. As you know,
Where do you want to post them?
eh,
You want to post them
yeah, we're going to
on
post it.
Instagram.
Twitter, Instagram. We don't really use Instagram. More of the Twitter, LinkedIn. So just more of that. Yeah. Me, I'm not shy of
Okay, cool,
opening my
no problem.
camera. I'm really excited about it. So yeah. So
Cool.
Hey, everybody. Yeah.
So let me just stop sharing my screen so that everyone can have the chance of showing themselves.
I'm almost done. Thank you. Yeah. So where I am currently, I'm about to have a party. So hence the noise.
Is it you're having a party?
I'm not.
You don't have curfew
I'm not.
right now?
It's just the place where I came to work. My God.
Oh,
It's good to see everybody's fine face. Yeah. So
Maybe invite me later so I can turn up my camera for a picture.
don't worry, it's fine. I've taken the pictures, right? So yeah, and there's a video. So I'm going. There's a video also. So I'm going to send it out to everybody. All going to see. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you all of you. Really appreciate it. Bye. Have a nice day. Don't forget to connect and
thank you
constantly
so
make
much.
Bye.
connections. Bye.
Cool. Bye.